Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's lesson is miscellaneous common errors in English. We know that these common errors are made in sentences due to various wrong uses of article, number, gender, parts of speech, tense and voice, etc. So if we become aware of these common errors, we can speak and write English perfectly. So let's learn 15 various common errors and their corrections in today's video one by one. The first sentence on your screen, I do not know who are you, is incorrect. Why? Because this is not an interrogative sentence. Still, the verb are has come before the subject you in the second clause. The auxiliary verb or the main verb comes before the subject only in an interrogative sentence. However, this is not an interrogative sentence, so the verb are should be placed after the subject you. And the correction is, I do not know who you are. In the next example, he did many mistakes in his essay. The use of the verb did with mistakes is incorrect. Instead of did, we should use the verb made or committed with the noun mistakes here. So, he made many mistakes in his essay is the correct sentence. Next, the sentence each boy and each girl were given a consolation prize is also an incorrect sentence. This sentence may appear to be correct, but remember, whenever a distributive determiner like each or every is used before a noun, the verb is always singular. Hence, instead of were, we should use the singular verb was in this sentence. Each boy and each girl was given a consolation prize. Now look at the next example. His all stories are interesting. This is a very common error with determiners. You see, in this sentence, his and all are both determiners modifying the noun storage. And whenever two or more determiners are used in a noun phrase, the predeterminer, the central determiner, and the post determiner are arranged in their proper sequence. In this case, all is a predeterminer, so it will come first, followed by the central determiner, his. So the correction is, all his stories are interesting. Please watch my previous video on determiners for a better understanding. Now the next sentence, she has died 3 years before, has two mistakes. Whenever we go back a certain period of time in the past, we use ago. Before is used to indicate a past point of time. Moreover, for a past activity, the present perfect tense has died is incorrect. We should use the simple past died here. Whenever a specific past time reference is made, we must use the simple past tense and not the present perfect tense. And then the sentence, he said her an idiot, also contains a common error. The use of the verb said is incorrect here. Whenever a person is described or addressed with a certain title, epithet or a name, the verb call is used instead of say. He called her an idiot is the correct sentence. We enjoyed greatly at the party. Now what's wrong with this sentence? Well, enjoy is a transitive verb, so it generally takes a direct object after it. Otherwise, it's followed by a reflexive pronoun like myself, yourself, ourselves, etc. And so, the correction is, we enjoyed ourselves greatly at the party. The next example, unless he does not start early, he will miss the train, also has a conjunction error. You see, the conjunction unless has a negative sense. So if a subordinate clause is introduced by unless, it cannot have no or not in it. Hence the correction is, unless he starts early, he will miss the train. The same rule applies with the conjunction until also. All the residents in our society help each other in need. Why is this sentence grammatically incorrect? You see, each other and one another are called reciprocal pronouns. Remember, generally each other is used for two persons or things, while one another is used for more than two persons or things. In this sentence, the subject all the residents denotes more than two in number. So instead of each other, we should use one another in this sentence. All the residents in our society help one another in need. The next sentence, I do not know to cook, is also grammatically incorrect. Why? Because after the verb know, an infinitive cannot be used. To mention a process of something, we have to use the how phrase after the verb know. So the correction is, I do not know how to cook. Now see the next sentence on your screen. He went to school taking his breakfast. What's wrong with this sentence? Well, in this sentence, taking his breakfast is a participle phrase which is a modifier of the subject he. Because it was the person referred to as he who took his breakfast and not the school. So the participle phrase taking his breakfast should be placed immediately before the subject he. Otherwise, the participle phrase may seem to modify an unrelated or unintended noun in the sentence. Such an error is known as the misplaced modifier or unattached participle in English grammar. The next sentence is, those who work hard, they achieve success. This sentence consists of two clauses. The main clause, those achieve success, and the subordinate relative clause, who work hard. We understand that in the main clause, achieve is the verb of the subject those. Hence, it is wrong and unnecessary to use the pronoun they as the subject of achieve in this sentence. In this sentence, who is the relative pronoun modifying its antecedent those, the real subject of the sentence. There is no need to use an extra pronoun they here. Those who work hard achieve success is the correct sentence. Now study the next sentence. She thought that she can win the contest. This sentence also has a grammatical error. Why? Because according to the sequence of tenses, if the main clause has a past tense verb, the subordinate clause also has a past tense. In this sentence, thought is a past tense verb in the main clause, so the use of can in the subordinate clause is incorrect. So here we should use the past form of can, could in the subordinate clause, that she could win the contest. The next sentence, no sooner did I return home, the power went off, means as soon as I returned home, the power went off. But what's wrong with this sentence? You see, the adverb in the first clause of this sentence, sooner, is in comparative degree. And no sooner than is a correlative or pair conjunction. So whenever a sentence begins with no sooner, the second clause in the sentence starts with than. Here in the first sentence, than is omitted, so it is incorrect. In the second sentence, when has been used in place of than, so it's also wrong. The third sentence, no sooner did I return home than the power went off, is the correct sentence. Finally, the climate of our country is better than your country. This is a very common mistake. If we examine this sentence closely, we understand that the climate of our country has been compared to your country as a whole. In fact, the climate of one country should be compared only with the climate of another country. And so, here the correction is, the climate of our country is better than the climate or better than that of your country. That's the end of today's class. 15 common grammatical mistakes were discussed in today's video. Hopefully you liked it. Please be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel for more grammar videos. Thank you so much.